I am about to lose my mind. I look down at my clothes, shove the fabric straight into my mouth and tear it apart with my teeth. Then I rip it with both hands until the shirt is torn to pieces all over the floor. I move the torn strips around, back and forth. The prison map keeps flashing through my head. I keep trying, but I still can't arrange the pattern I want. Because when I was looking for new escape routes, I got burned by accident. Lost the blueprints for the psychiatric ward. Without that section of the blueprints, we can't get out at all. What is worse is that Sarah found police uniform material in my wound. She was worried I was being bullied by guards, so she reported it to the warden. The warden asked me to identify which guard did it, but I couldn't answer. So I got thrown in solitary. Watching all my efforts about to fall apart, I completely lose it. I punch the wall with my fists over and over to vent my frustration. Even when blood flows, I don't feel any pain. The guards who come see I am in bad shape and quickly call for a doctor. When Sarah arrives at the solitary cell, I am sitting motionless with bloody hands. Blood is painted all over the walls. Sarah lifts my head. My eyes are vacant, my face expressionless, drool running from the corner of my mouth. This can basically be diagnosed as a mental breakdown. Sarah doesn't know what to do and has to call the warden over. Seeing my condition, the warden decisively has Sarah transfer me to the psychiatric ward. Seeing me suddenly turned into a mental case, Sarah feels somewhat disappointed. But just as the doctor leaves, my vacant stare suddenly returns to normal. Actually, this is all part of my plan. I faked the mental breakdown just to get into the psychiatric ward, to find my former cellmate Haywire, because Haywire was fascinated by my tattoos, obsessed to the point where he followed me everywhere with a sketch pad, constantly copying them. He wouldn't even leave me alone when I was sleeping. I came here to get him to draw out the part of the map that got burned off. I approach Haywire and tell him his previous guess was right. It is a pipeline map. Now I ask him to recall if he can redraw it. But Haywire answers,
"Who are you?"
That response almost makes me want to curse. I patiently chat with Haywire about old times, saying he once drew my tattoo. Haywire leans in to observe me carefully.
Are you the guy who stole my toothpaste?
Yes. Yes. I stole your toothpaste. So you do remember.
This guy finally remembers. But psychiatric patients have to take sedative medication every day. Since I am faking illness, I know clearly I don't need to take medicine, but it is being forced on me. After the doctor leaves, I spit out the pills I hid in my mouth, then find Haywire to continue having him recall the tattoo details. Because of the medication, Haywire's mind falls back into a confused state. To keep him alert every time after taking medicine, I dig the pills out of his mouth through my persistent efforts. Haywire finally recovers his previous memories. I quickly get paper and pen, take off my shirt to expose my back, have him complete the missing piece as soon as possible. At the same time, Haywire also remembers how I framed him and sent him to the psychiatric ward. More terrifyingly, he actually guesses that this is an escape map. He holds the map and forces me to take him along in the escape. I have no choice but to agree. Using his artistic talent, Haywire draws several more maps. He wants to quietly escape at night when no one's around, but he triggers the alarm before even getting out the door. He also tries to resist and gets directly tased unconscious after successfully getting the blueprints. I tell Sarah that my mental problems have returned to normal. I ask Sarah to find a way to transfer me out of here, but Sarah says,
"The problem is that if you don't tell the Pope who burned you, he's going to lock you back up in ADSEC. And after a couple days of that, you're going to be right back here."
The escape plan is thus caught in a deadly loop.